there's one exercise I know you'll recognize at the gym, it's gonna be a squat. It's been touted the king of all leg exercises. Geez, even the world record is over 1,000 pounds. But as a runner, is this the best choice for you when you choose your leg exercises? In this video, I'll give you my 2 cents. See you in a minute. Hey guys, John here from Stronger Runner. Welcome to a new video series that I'm starting called Versus. This is a new series where I actually want to compare 2 different exercise variations and give you my 2 cents on why I would choose one over the other for making you a faster and stronger runner. If this is your first time here, my name is John and I've been a personal trainer, a kinesiologist, and a strength coach for over 15 years. We make videos to help you become a faster and stronger runner, so I suggest you subscribe to our channel to keep up to date with all our latest videos. So a bilateral squat is where you stand with your feet side by side. You can have a weight across your back, you can have the weight across your front, you can stand on a really steep slope, you can stand with your feet really narrow, or you can stand with your feet really wide. But what we're looking at here is just a bilateral squat, and what I'm looking at is the difference between that and a lunge variation that I'm going to teach you today called a straight leg lunge. So a bilateral squat is great. It trains your quads through a full range of motion. If you can sit where your hips go just below the top of your knees, you get your glutes involved if you can sit that deep. And like I said in the intro, this exercise has been touted like the king of all exercises. But does this mean that as a runner, you should do this variation of a leg exercise to train your legs for running? In my opinion, no. I much prefer a lunge variation over a bilateral squat because of 3 reasons. The first reason is that a lunge splits your stance up. If you're doing a walking lunge or a reverse lunge, you have one leg in front of you and one leg behind you. Now this is very similar to running in a sense that you have one leg doing one thing behind you and you're asking your front leg and front foot to do something different in front of your body. The second reason I like a lunge variation over a bilateral squat for runners is that there's always going to be a time that you're going to be on one leg. Now, running is obviously defined as being on one leg at a time, so this is also very running specific versus, think about it, when you're standing with your feet side by side and doing a squat, there's never a moment in time when you're running where you're going to have your feet side by side. And reason number 3, depending on the type of lunge that you do, you can promote 2 different leg shapes which can promote these 2 distinct phases of gait, which are pronation and supination. So this brings me to the exercise that I'd like to teach you today that would replace a bilateral squat in your workouts. All right, so many are familiar with lunges where you bend both knees and bring your rear leg to the ground. So that would look like this. You would take a step forward, you have a noisy squat rack, you take a step forward, you bring your knee down, the knee stays sort of above the shoelaces, a little bit of a lean, you can stay tall, but this shape looks like a lunge that you're probably familiar with. So in this video, I wanted to teach you a newer variation of a lunge called a straight leg lunge. So what you'll do is stand with your feet hip width apart, you'll take a step forward, and what you're gonna do is let your knee travel to the inside of your big toe. What's different here is that the back leg actually remains straight, and what you're gonna do is focus on having the base of the big toe and the base of the baby toe on the ground with your heel in the air and your legs straight. So this is why it's called a straight leg lunge. So if you look at the position, I have 2 different leg shapes here. I have a pronated leg shape in the front where my foot, I'm trying to flatten it out, I'm trying to pancake it on the floor. I want it to get longer, I want it to get wider, and I also want my knee to travel just over the inside of the big toe, so you're gonna see this sort of knee cave-in position from the front. The back leg, I'm trying to keep my leg really straight, and I'm also trying to keep my torso straight so that I can get length through my psoas muscle and try to feel like I'm getting a stretch in this position. So obviously this looks quite different from bending the back knee and bringing it all the way to the ground. So this is more of a running or a gait specific type of lunge versus the lunge where you bring your back knee all the way to the floor. So what you can do with this exercise is you can make it, now I don't have a lot of room because of the camera, but I can take the next step, I can cave in, which you can't see, but I'm letting the knee come in on the inside of the big toe. I'm keeping the other leg straight. I'm feeling length again through my psoas. I'm staying tall, and then I would take the next step and go into the next lunge. So this straight leg lunge promotes two different leg shapes, like I said, pronation and supination, which is a very, very important component. Those two phases, those two positions are super important for your ability to absorb force with each stride and also to propel you forward with each stride. So in conclusion, always choose a single leg type exercise over a bilateral exercise because of the challenges to the body when you do the exercise in the gym, which is then going to have better transference to your running on the road, the track, or the trail. What do you guys think? Do you like bilateral squats or do you prefer doing lunge variations? If you're like my clients, I know you hate lunges, but the exercise is actually very specific to running, and based on the positions that you go into, especially like the straight leg lunge that we just talked about, you can promote different phases of gait, which will then have better transference to running because your body is going to be strengthened in those phases in the gym. Well, that's the video, guys. I hope you found it useful. If you liked it, please like it and share it with a fellow runner, share it with your running group. And, you know, I think this information is really important. I really think that, you know, I can improve your ability to be efficient and effective with your workouts in the gym. And this is why I'm starting this video series called Versus. Stick around, there's more videos to come out. So again, thanks for watching, guys, and I'll see you in the next video.